evening, Thomas. How are you doing? Happy Thursday to you.
Hey, Scott. Happy Thursday and happy Friday Eve.
Yes, it is Friday Eve. It's a wonderful day.
Tell you what, weather-wise, it's been beautiful here the last 2 weeks. The high of 81, humidity's down. It feels very fall-like, just as it turns into high 90s this weekend. But we got a sample size.
Somebody sent us some hot weather. We were enjoying, like, it felt like fall was around the corner, right? We were just, it's a little chill in the air, not so cold that you need a jacket, but it was just like, oh, this is why we moved to North Carolina, right? The fall weather is, you cannot beat it. And then today it's like, it's hot and humid. It's like full on summer right in the middle. So I'm ready for fall.
I am too. I hate it. You know how much of a holiday freak we are in this household. And I should literally be going to our storage unit and pulling out our fall decorations and getting it set. And there's always the smell in the air in fall is always different than any other season, in my opinion. Minus, well, spring, you get nice pollen smell and all that stuff. But fall to me just has this calming smell. I don't know. It brings back memories from years and years and years ago for me. It puts me in a happy place, right? And so getting little teasers of that, but then the heat kicks up and then it goes away. And it's really making it hard for me to jumpstart into the fall holiday season that I love so much. And I hate it. It's really irking me. I want to have decorations up.
Maybe if you go to the store and buy candy, that'll be like the final push that gets you in the mood.
I was at Lowe's today, and I tell you, the little the miniature hay bales and all the other stuff. Usually, I pick up a little bit of something. Yeah, always. I'll pick up 3 or 4 from here, and then I'll be at Walmart later to get some other items, and then I'll see some fall decorations, and I'll get a few. And so by now, I usually have a handful of new stuff to go with our old stuff. And I just walked by it, looked at it, and just kind of shook my head and said, "Not yet. Doesn't feel right." It really bummed me out.
That's too bad because they're about to put up the Christmas decorations. So if you don't get it now, I don't know when you're going to get it.
Fully lit Christmas trees are already in. We have 3 Walmarts here. It's already in one of them. They're right on the top shelf, all lit up and going with the little snowman and Santa guy. I mean, full blown, off they go. And that's even early for me.
That's fast.
That's fast. But it'll come around. It's at least we're at a point right now where the mornings are nice and cool. I think this morning, getting out of the car into walking in the pickleball court, it was like 68 or so this morning, which is fantastic for us. But it just, the afternoons, they skyrocket. But that just means eventually they're going to come down. So
it's funny you mentioned the cool mornings. We've had fog in the mornings this past week, and it's gotten denser and denser. And it reminds me of a little video. I don't know why a little video I watched on YouTube. It was a short or something. It's like David Attenborough, the narrator guy, the voice for the nature video, and he's telling the story about this, like, it's a little beetle that climbs up like 1,000-foot dune early in the morning. And it like scampers all the way up to the top of the dune, which is equivalent, he says, to us climbing Mount Everest in the morning, just as a starter. And it gets to the very top and it like stands on its head as the fog rolls through, and the fog condenses on its body and it like rolls down to its mouth, and it drinks 40% of its body weight in the morning. And then it scampers back down the dune before it gets too hot. And then I'm thinking, that's just awesome. And then as the bug's running back down the hill, it's like just gets swallowed by this big old lizard. And he's like, it's like, too bad, because these bugs have learned how to survive in the desert, but the lizard has learned that the bugs running down the hill are much juicier than the bugs running up. There's a nature video for you. If you can find that one, it's worth a watch. I forget what it was called, but
not even part of tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen, but that was a good one.
No, the surprise of the bug getting eaten. I thought I'd like seen it all. It was just wrapping up, and then in comes the lizard, and it's like crunch, and you've got like the legs sticking out, like as lizards do as they eat a bug. I'm like, wow, that was abrupt. I feel like I got eaten by the lizard in that moment. I was cheering for the bug. I
was gonna say that's kind of rough, because by the time you're to that point in the video, you feel a little bit emotionally attached to this bug. You've been on this journey with him, and you're learning about him, and it's kind of like
I went to the top of Mount Everest with him,
with the bug.
We're tight.
It's like the videos that they rehab the field mouse that's hurt, or the little baby bird or the butterfly or something, and then they're in their backyard and they do the release video, and then a hawk just comes by and picks it up and takes it, and they're like,
Terrible.
Timmy, no! I mean, they did all that work and all that. And they fell in love with him, let him be free, and then shoop, gone.
3 seconds in the wild.
Toast. Not even the wild, the backyard.
That
Just
is,
shoop.
yeah.
But
Everybody, if you can find the Bug short, it's worth watching. It's so good. It's
the Bug short. I love it.
yeah. I'd never seen that before. Maybe y'all watched that in school growing up, but it was really good.
I'm gonna check it out. Whenever done with the show, I usually go do a chore or two, or typically one of those two is make dinner for the girls, and then shut it down. It's bedtime, hop in bed. How does everyone wind down from a day of YouTube? You pull up a little bit of YouTube. So I'll pull that up in bed tonight and watch it.
Before we start on the stories, I have to say that your last week you gave a challenge to post something about what you could do better.
Yeah, in the comments. Yeah. And then the comments went crazy. That was awesome.
It was awesome, and it's been an amazing week. Just everyone just doing better wherever they are. The only thing I could think of, and maybe this is a bit of a cop out because it wasn't like a really difficult thing for me, like a big stretch, was that I could be on time and be respectful of people's time instead of saying, "Hey, I'll be there at 8:30," and then 9 o'clock being like, "Hey, sorry, I was late."
How'd you do?
Pretty good. I've been on time with the times when I say I'm going to start now.
Okay.
I've had times when I say we're going to start at 8:30, and then I post that we're going to actually start at 8:45, but then I'm on time at 8:45.
Okay.
So I'm like halfway there, I think. So I'm just going to claim that victory and then say I don't think I can do it for another week. So please don't hold it against me if I completely blow it, on Tuesday or something.
In your defense, it was a 1 week challenge that I put out there. It wasn't a lifelong change.
It was a challenge. But I appreciate you doing that. So
it was fun. I enjoyed going back to the video, day 2, day 3, day 4, and just watching the comments continue to grow and grow and grow. I mean, people ran with it and kept going. It was a lot of fun. Great community.
It was really cool to see. So, all right. Let's not a Bug fan. Jen is not a Bug fan.
Straight to HE double hockey sticks.
Alexis, this is the best part of my week. Thank you, Alexis. Appreciate that. We had a couple generous people at the beginning. Gailey May gifted a membership right off the bat, and Alexis as well gifted a membership. Thank you both for your generosity. Appreciate
awesome
that.
People.
And congratulations to the recipients. You know who's grateful today? Grateful to a DoorDash driver.
Can I steal this one from you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Only reason being, our accountant scolds us because of overusage of DoorDash.
And now you can say no. Clearly, I'm saving the world.
Correct. But so this story is so cool because there's a catch that, honestly, I saw this on Monday, just scrolling the news and I took a screenshot, but that's going to go on the podcast. I didn't read the full thing until last night when I try to go through and read everything to the extent, if I can. Right. And there's a catch in the story that is absolutely hilarious. But the key point is, and especially with this audience, everyone's going to understand and relate. What happened was, this was in Sweetwater, Texas. A DoorDash delivery driver got an order and accepted it. But when they accepted it, they took note of the things they had to go shopping for this customer and then drop off. And these things included bags, zip ties, bleach, a hatchet.
And it's all on one aisle so far. So this is an easy shopping trip.
If they went to Walmart, that took 30 seconds.
A little bit of duct tape.
It's in the burger aisle. Yeah.
Some nitrile gloves and a Tyvek bodysuit.
Yep.
Nice.
What could possibly chemistry class? I'm sure.
I'm just thinking. Yeah. What's the harmless explanation for this?
School project.
Yeah.
So the driver does the shopping, gathers the items, and then goes to the delivery address, which happens to be...
He's now an accomplice.
Yes. Happens to be a rundown motel.
Oh, good. We've checked all the boxes now.
Everything checks out. Crime about to be committed. So doing what they should have done, and it's fantastic. They call the police saying, "Hey, I just bought trash bags, zip ties, a hatchet, bleach, and delivered it to somewhat of a suspect area." So the police respond, say, "Okay, we better go check that out. That does sound kind of odd." Police kick in the door. It's a hostage situation ongoing right there. They jump in, they rescue the hostage, they arrest the hostage taker. So DoorDash guy, hero. Here's the kicker that I read later, and I'm going to read it because it's actually funny the way it's written here. The hostage was quickly rescued, then arrested for an outstanding warrant.
Boy, am I glad to see you guys. What?
He's like, dude, we were going to do something together. I'm not really a hostage. Now I'm going to jail. Like, don't call the cops. I don't know the story behind it, but yeah, he was rescued. What's your name? Oh, you're on the top 10 most wanted. You're going to stay with us now that we got you.
I'm not sure what I find most humorous in this story. Possibly the fact that the DoorDash proof of receipt photo is going to be evidence exhibit number 1.
Yes.
And here it is at the motel door, proving I dropped off the hatchet, and the bleach it's all laid out right against the door. Right, it's got everything just spread out with the address included in the picture. I love
100%.
it. This is one we need to follow. We probably can follow this one.
Yeah,
because it'll work its way through the court system.
Based out of Texas. I want to see an interview with the DoorDash driver of, okay, when did it hit you? Did you see the order come through your app and you see where you need to shop and what you need to shop for? And you went, maybe there was a decent tip. Maybe he was near that location and just hit accept.
I'm guessing he's full autopilot. It's like he doesn't think beyond the next item he's putting in the cart, right? And so he's there at the checkout. And he's like, why is everyone staring at me?
The cashier and the other customers.
You got the murder kit right now. Are you sure you don't want to get like a loaf of bread or something to make it look like you actually get? Yeah, I think somebody told him.
They're all looking at him going, dude, you don't watch LawTube, do you? You shouldn't be doing this at Walmart. Their cameras are good. Everything you're putting up. What are you doing? Or did he get everything and then he's driving to the location going,
he's like,
wait a minute, what did I just buy?
I'm good with everything but the bleach. What's the bleach for?
I mean, the hatchet. You know what? That's okay. Everyone needs a hatchet once in a while via DoorDash.
I'm down one hatchet right now.
Or did he maybe get the order and go, oh, this is going to be good. I got to see where this is going and who I'm giving it to. And I want to see I don't know. I want to talk to the DoorDash driver. Say, where was your mind at? When did it finally click?
I think the right thing to say is, I thought it was a prank.
Halloween decoration.
But I called the police anyway.
That would be good.
Laura,
if it's truthful.
He looks into the security camera screen as he's leaving. He has the ish. He has to act cool.
Good point.
That's funny. Why did he not get stopped sooner? I mean, why did Walmart not make that call? That's their system is smart enough to do this. If they can tell if you skip scan and you scan broccoli as asparagus, which then they'll charge you for it. They're like, oh, there's another murder kit being purchased in store number whatever.
Let's follow that guy, go to camera B to see what car he gets into, and maybe alert the media, or not the media, the police of, hey, nothing done wrong here, but history has shown these select purchases have made it into live trials month after month after month.
Barb asked the big question. Did he get a tip?
It doesn't say. It doesn't say.
That's funny.
But if we can watch a trial, like you say, that receipt will be evidence 1A. So we'll get to see.
I think you would think that you would give him a big tip to be quiet. Just don't ask questions, right? The DoorDasher wants the big tip.
And you can put it in the memo, special instructions. So you can just put the little emoji, like,
yeah. Don't tell.
That's it. Yeah. You never tell. But let's see. The suspect has only been publicly identified as a man from Snyder, Texas. No further information, including his identity or the charges, have been released mean, we know
Sounds like
kidnapping's
he's going to
going to be
remain in Snyder, Texas for a little while.
yeah. So, but yeah, hostage. Oh man, am I glad to see you guys? Oh man, am I not glad to see you guys?
What? You need my driver's license? But I was the good guy. Yeah. 2 arrests though. That's a twofer for police. That's always a win. If you can double down on each call.
Be heroes and make double arrest.
Yeah.
I just thought of something.
Make your quota.
We don't know what the hostage's warrant was for. What if the kidnapper is out on bail, but the hostage warrant was so big he's still locked up?
The hostage is wanted for murder, and the kidnapper is arrested for kidnapping.
That's one of the best stories.
This story is going to develop. We'll have to continue following this one.
I'll make note on that for sure.
Speaking of making a note, we made a new world record. Not us. Although one day, I think we might. I think if we just keep our eyes peeled, I think there's an opportunity. But there's a new world record in the books. This was dated September 23rd, so it just barely happened. It's fresh, as they say. Up in New Jersey, Yogi Berra Stadium in Little Falls officially broke the record for the largest what? Sorry, I shouldn't leave that out there. It's too late in the day. I'll just fill in the blank here. The largest game of catch, right? Largest game of catch. No, it wasn't what you were thinking. Largest game of catch, which is pairs of people.
Pairs.
So
2,358. I'm glad it's an even number. Otherwise, the story would be completely false.
Which
because
means
there would be someone playing catch by himself. That doesn't count.
I'm just trying to see. That would need 1,173, something like that. Different balls. Simultaneously, because each pair, you basically divide the number by 2, and that math is too big for me.
Yeah,
2,
I don't know.
3, 5, 8 divided by 2. Hey Siri, what's
1,179? That's a lot of baseballs. Well, I'm assuming that's what they used, being Yogi Berra Museum and Learning Center. But
I bet I'm trying to look in the picture to see if I can see any. I bet it was something cheaper.
Splitting off into pairs, throw baseballs back and forth. Sure enough. There were some phone violations.
I'm not sure what a phone violation is. Is it you're not allowed to film it yourself, or you're not allowed to be on the phone?
Guinness World Records adjudicator Michael Emprick, which I think Michael's the same one that does all the Dude Perfect stuff, if I'm not mistaken. So there were a few disqualifications there in the attempt. There were some phone violations, and also there was some rolling of the ball. That's not catch.
No, not. Ground balls don't count.
No. When we say catch, we want people to play to the best of their ability. That does involve throwing the ball, not rolling it. There weren't a lot of deductions, though, for a group this size. I think 8 pairs were deducted, which is very minimal. Okay, so
we could have added 16 to that number. It could have been 2, 3, 5, 7, 4.
David Rush currently has a casting call for people to play catch, so we can beat it by 16.
You got it. It looks from the picture they were basically through the stadium and lined out through the parking lot. I mean, they had to make use of all the available space. But how do you like to be the poor schmuck who 10 feet away from your partner misses the ball and I guess we don't get it.
Start over. You lose. How would you like to be the judge going through and catching? He says 8 deductions out of that many people. Yeah, 8 that you saw.
You've got to have like one judge for every 50 people.
At
least. How many can one person actually manage and authenticate?
Like you said, they're lined up through the entire stadium out into the parking lot. So everyone else is sitting there like, well, he's near the infield right now. We can just stand here for 45 minutes until he gets by and then toss our first ball.
Throw the ball. I thought you had it. Proof that there is still plenty of available records to smash if you just have the will and the lack of shame. Whatever it takes to claim it.
That's wild.
Speaking of patience, though, which that was a poor transition. This one
Did-
got me right in the new fear unlocked area. 'Cause I'm not a jet setter. I don't travel the world. I'm not like, hey, let's go on vacation. I actually get nervous every time I fly. So much so, and fun fact about this is maybe too much information, but I cannot do roller coasters. I'm not talking about going upside down. I'm talking about going up and down. That rapid fall feeling, the pit of my stomach, it's worse than death for me.
So it's just a feeling you have. It's not a fear and a trust issue, or is it all of the above? It's all of the above. I can see it on your face.
Almost every plane I've flown on, I'm like, hey, they're missing a rivet. I wonder if that was important. So I do have a little bit of OCD about that, but I just the bumpiness of the plane, just give me a smooth ride. I mean, I will pay extra to just have a smooth ride, and I've had some pretty rough ones. I figured out some tricks that have made it a little bit better for me. But there's always just that that sigh of relief when you hit the ground. Pilot wheels down and you're decelerating on the runway. He's checked all the boxes. So,
like, I'm not the newest headline. Whew.
Yeah, it's like we made it. So I live another day. In Paris, I believe this was Corsica. Air Corsica was the airline. Doing its regular thing, going for a landing. This is Air Corsica 727. This was seen for clear on runway 27. Over. And they make the call to the tower, and nothing. No response. Like, tower? This is Air Corsica. Nothing. For almost 20 minutes, they're circling in a holding pattern that they chose themselves. Okay, they're just like, I guess we'll just stay up here, and that this is a big deal because pilots literally get told where to fly, how to fly, and when to turn, and they've got the whole thing told to them by somebody else.
Yes, and if they don't, they get in big trouble.
Oh yeah, big trouble because there's a bunch of other people in there, and you're supposed to not hit them. And so they're circling and circling. Finally, the fire department on the ground goes to the air traffic control tower and finds that the tower controller is mid-nap. Like, he's out. He's full on snoring, drool on the desk, out of it. And they're like, hey, there's a plane.
There's some people that need you.
The guy wakes up and is like, oh, clear to land. And they land. And everything was good. But imagine had they not had the fuel to stay up for an extra 20 minutes or something like that. That's terrifying because you don't know. Right? You don't know if there's a situation on the ground. I mean, like, it looks clear from here, but it's controlled space. It's a controlled landing. It's not like the small planes that are, towerless, and you just shout on the radios like, hey, I'm taking off. If anyone has a problem with it, let me know now, because here I come. It's not like that. And that would just be so now I'm going to have to take my radio and listen into air traffic control while I'm on the plane to make sure the tower is
awake,
responding.
Make sure they're awake. To your point, talking about controlled airspace, to me, it is so convoluted because I was going partway through my private's license. I was doing a lot of online studies. I've got a few hours in the air, and you kind of skip ahead when you're looking at something you're trying to achieve. And so I jumped up to airspace, how it's navigated, how it's controlled, how it's broken down, the borders of it and whatnot. And to me, I went, I don't think I'll ever pass my test because that is the most confusing thing I've ever seen. It's like if you look at a 6-tiered wedding cake, but then there's slices taken out of each tier as well that are regulated a certain way. I mean, it's elevation, it's distance, it's all this stuff, and it's all overlapping all over the place. I think that's where I'd fail, and I couldn't do it. So that's why you have those people that are there helping you, telling you where, how, when, why. And when they're, it's pretty dangerous. It's really dangerous.
Just realized he passed his test at some point.
True.
Air traffic controller.
He didn't sleep through school.
It's funny. I actually, speaking of air traffic, I got a text the other day, and I just saw it today, so I responded. Somebody's asked me to take some aerial photos with my drone.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not FCC certified, so I can't do anything for money, right? So it would be pure. It would be the hobby side of me, and I do have a drone that can take pictures and everything, but they literally want me to fly and take pictures that are going to be used on a website. I'm like,
to drive revenue. And
it's a town, it's a city. I'm
is it
like,
yours? No, it's not yours. Yours doesn't have money. Never mind.
no,
They can't pay you.
they couldn't pay anything. But I'm like, I don't know. I would need like everyone in the town to sign a waiver saying, in case I accidentally take a picture of their house, because the way the laws are in North Carolina, if I accidentally take a picture of somebody's house, they can sue me.
Right.
Because apparently they think that spy satellites and drones and airplanes with cameras don't exist, and that I'm the only one doing it. But anyway, so I don't know. I'm probably going to do it and just chance it, see what happens. What could go wrong, right? I don't know.
Well, now that it's out there on the internet, a lot. But
somebody have a better idea. Let me know. That would be. It's just gonna be. I don't know. Probably no houses in the picture. So.
I caught up with Officer Brian just the other day after the podcast, and he did a lot more studying over this weekend again, going towards getting that license. So I bet he's going to knock that out in no time, which makes me want to get mine, but it also doesn't. But I don't know. There's so much more I could do with my drone as well if I was, but I don't.
If Brian tells me I could do it, I think I'll do it. But if he's like, oh man, it's hard, I'm going to be like, you know what? I'll pass. I'll just break laws.
I
just won't fly my drone is what it's going to be. I just won't fly my drone.
Just check Marketplace tomorrow.
See, airspace wise, drones only have to worry up to about like 400 feet. That's the max they can fly.
Right.
Under the current regulations, unless you've got some weird waiver. But
400 meters, I believe.
I think it's feet.
You're right. You're right.
My
display shows meters, and I had to convert it when I read it to make sure I stayed at XYZ meters. That would equate to 400 feet. Yeah. And you have to fly your drone while it remains in sight.
For now.
Which they're going to try to change. Yeah.
I'm super excited about that.
Me too, because I definitely don't do that. I incriminate myself 3 weeks in a row now, I believe.
It's okay. The FAA does not watch our show.
No, they sure don't.
I've lost a drone or two. The worst. I was flying. This was back before they made the rules. I had what they called Fat Shark goggles, which look like, I don't know, probably like a predecessor to the Meta Quest alternate reality. They're a big, huge thing that sits on your face, but it has antennas sticking off of it. Mm-hmm. And I had a transmitter on my drone, and I took off up in the canyon, and I'm flying. I'm trying to get the sunset shot, looking down the canyon with the V and the nice. It was beautiful, and I'm flying. I'm going back over ridges and stuff, and I know which direction the sun is, but I'm not sure where the drone is. And I stop for a minute. I listen, because they make a whirring sound. I'm like, I hear nothing. I just hear wind.
Right.
And I'm sitting here, and I look through my goggles, and I'm looking at the mountain. And I'm looking down. And I cannot, even though I can see the sunset, I cannot orient myself for where the drone is.
Right.
Like it's gone. And I know I'm 400 feet up, because that was as far as it would let me go. I'm 400 feet up, and I'm looking the right direction, but I cannot get back to where I land, and I can't see where I land. And at that time, I had to test a feature that the drones come with, which is return to home, RTH. Uh-huh.
Great one.
And so with all my prize money up in the air on this camera and drone and gimbal and everything else, I just had to turn off my transmitter, which loses the connection to the drone, and wait
for it to come on home.
And I just sat there and waited. I'm like, oh, please, I hope it holds the GPS lock. I hope it got right. The thing landed and just about landed on my toes. It just flew in. Watching the drone come in, I'm like, there it is. It was like a proud parent moment. It's like when your kid's done something awesome. It's like, here he is. Comes down, just hovers, lands, and powers off. I'm like, wow. That was the last time I flew that far. But
of course. I actually, we didn't intend to go down this rabbit hole, but just day before yesterday, I was told a very funny drone story. And it was our horse trainer was in town, and we were driving around, spent the day together, talking this, that, and the other, and then sharing personal stories as you do. And somehow drones got brought up, and he started talking about one of his first times with a drone. And it was a friend of his who had gotten one, and he was showing him the drone. And so he said, well, let me see that thing. And they're in a neighborhood. And so he grabs it, and the screen is on the remote on that particular drone. So he's flying, he's watching, and he flies over here. Well, and he does exactly what everyone's fear is. He's, 5 houses over, and, sees a young lady sitting out by her pool. And so he sees it, and then he shows his friend. He goes, oh, dude, look, I just saw. And so he just nose dives that drone. Well, that you can't nose dive a drone, but he just sends that thing straight down into the pool. And his friend goes, you just put my drone in the pool. And he goes, yeah. So now we got to go knock on the door and get it and talk to her.
First of all, that's wrong on so many levels. This is why we can't have nice things.
Yes. Like he went from spying to creeping to completely full blown.
Wow.
Now we have a reason to go knock on the door. Just what the heck?
And the cops will be waiting when you show up. Wow.
And well, I don't know if it was satire or not, because a lot of stories, a lot of horse trainers are very well traveled, right? A lot of them all over whatever country they reside in, and a lot of them who do a lot of training and are decent travel all over the world and do things. So a lot of
stories,
a lot of fishing stories come about, right? So that could have been from a friend of a friend, and he adopted it, or it's true. I don't know, but.
So it could be I'll take things that never happened for 500, please, Alex. Is that what it might be?
Probably so, yes.
Well, we'll hope that that's the case on this one, for everyone's sake. Speaking of things that did happen, though, and happen over and over again, there's a gentleman. Do you want to do this one out of Indiana?
Yeah, I'll take this one. I love it. There's a lawyer who's filed lawsuit against Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg.
Pick a number, right? Who hasn't sued him?
Right. Yeah. John, Bill, Greg, Sarah, Susan, you name it, right? He's repeatedly banning him from social platforms. And amongst other issues that this lawyer is facing because of Mark Zuckerberg, because the lawyer's name out of Indiana is Mark Zuckerberg. So literally, lawyer Mark Zuckerberg sues Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg. That's the headline.
You can hear the judge calling the case. In the case of Zuckerberg v. Zuckerberg, Mark Zuckerberg via Mark Zuckerberg. What is this?
Yes. And it's incredible. So part of the sub headline is, it's not easy being Mark Zuckerberg. No, not the Facebook CEO, our founder, but the Indiana bankruptcy lawyer, Mark Zuckerberg, because his life gets negatively affected all the time. So not only does he get over 100 emails every day from people who think that they're writing to the Meta chief executive.
They're all hate.
This one to me is funny because I'm not him, but this one stinks. He often tries to make reservations at restaurants, and they think he's pranking them and being a jokester, and they just hang up on him and they turn him away. They say no. And he's like, I'm not. Yes, that's my name, but I'm not that one. I'm a different one. And they're like, this, yeah, great story. Shoot, go away. So he's getting turned away from restaurants.
Trying to live his life.
Yeah. And the thing, what irritates him the most, I say, is getting banned on Facebook and Instagram, despite, because of his name, right? I think it's a duplicate profile. Someone's trying to, be a fake and all that. But he spends thousands of dollars advertising his business on those platforms, and he gets banned. He can't have profiles.
And it's multiple times that he's been banned. He has email traffic going back over the years, writing to Facebook and saying, can you fix this? And he's got stuff from them saying, oh, sorry. What was funny was one of the times he got banned, he actually says there's a message he got from Facebook that said, let's see.
I got it here.
Do you have it?
We removed your page because you're trying to impersonate our founder. Nice try, fake Zuck.
It's like they flip him the bird while they kick him out.
He says he's been practicing within law and doing what he's been doing and advertising since the real Zuck was 3 years old. So he's like, I'm the real Zuckerberg, not this kid.
Maybe he can sue and make Zuck change his name.
You know what I would do if I were him?
What?
23andMe and find a connection.
And Zuck, I'm your father. Is that what you're saying?
Looks like you need to put me in your trust there, old Marky boy. It turns out. But can you imagine? I mean, like what's wild, it's not like Randy Johnson. Yeah. That's my uncle's name. That's also the big unit, the famous pitcher in MLB. So that's not one you call, yeah, my name's Randy Johnson. Nice try. There's 10,000, right? But Mark Zuckerberg doesn't seem so common, obviously. So can you imagine living a life like that? I mean, that everywhere you go and hey, what's your name? Mark Zuckerberg. Like, funny, dude. No, what's your name?
You're impersonating one of the richest people in the world. You're really Bill Gates. I mean, honestly, you make your own reservations.
Right. I'm Bill M. Gates. He's Bill G. Gates. Yes, please. No one knows a middle initial or middle name or anything different. It's like, where'd you get your fake ID from, huh? I mean, it's like, oh, did you rent that Mercedes you just drove up in so you can pretend to be him? Or is that he's a lawyer, so he's got decent money. So he's probably dresses nice. Drives nice vehicles. It's like, you're the biggest pretender I've ever seen.
He has to do walk-ins on restaurants. He can't get reservations.
Oh,
man, that's terrible.
That's tough. But it's funny that now he's suing him. I mean,
I can already call it. Mark's going to lose. It's
better than any dad joke we could put out tonight. There's nothing topping that. Because you made me think for a split second, which Mark, and then yeah. But
doesn't matter.
You would think, being an attorney. Now, I mean, I know it holds its weight to a degree, but there's big attorneys, little attorneys. But can he draft something on his letterhead to Facebook Mark's legal team saying, "Hey, this is what's happening. Can you please address this? I spend XYZ in advertising. I have the same legal name, so there's this conflict. Is there any way you can have a meeting of the minds so I quit getting banned from here?"
So I mean, there's got to be a way. I ran into a similar but very different problem. I was having something happen to my account that wasn't right because of somebody else, and this was with my phone account with Vonage back in the day.
Dwayne.
Yes. Well, no, it was somebody else. But people kept porting my number off to something else. They were transferring my number that I owned and paid for. And I eventually got them to add a note to the account. So before any attempt to do that actually is followed through, they have to read the note because there's like a hold on the account to prevent it. And they're like, oh, this guy's account keeps getting stolen. You have to verify with him personally before you can do it. And it's worked for me. There's got to be, Zuckerberg could probably put a field on the account somewhere, just like a little asterisk. P.S. Don't delete this guy. He's the real deal.
Right. Or like, hey, here's a designated email address that you can use to register and sign up and verify these accounts. Use that one. And anytime that email address is used, like, your account's fine. It's not going to get, something. It's got to get into being sued.
Like greeners, we had two greeners for a while. One was the imposter and one was the real one.
That's right.
The imposter.
We did.
And the real one got mad at me and sued me today.
And the real one filed suit.
Yes. If you missed that story, you've got to go back to the beginning of the show this morning to figure out what happens. But
that was a lot of fun.
The email is not the real Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, exactly. There's got to be something. Or maybe the guy has. Maybe he's reached out tons of times, so they just think he's a lunatic. And then it's fake, and there's no chance there's some levity behind this. But they can verify his law practice and where he's from and, what he's doing. But I don't know. Or maybe they don't care. They're like, that's small potato. Just ban the guy. Who cares? It's less trouble. Why are we going to worry about accommodating this one guy?
Yeah. Speaking of small,
continue.
A small bit of paper can be very important.
Yeah, like a Powerball ticket.
Yeah. But not as valuable. Well, it can be more valuable than a Powerball ticket, if depending on your
I fully agree with that. 100%.
especially if it's that paper that's serrated, has for easy tearing every square or so. When the need to go strikes, the need for paper is right up there. Unfortunately, in China, if you want to use the yes, thank you for the illustration. Well, that's a gold mine you're sitting on right there. You've been hoarding that since COVID.
Story after this story about that.
Okay, COVID hoarded story next.
Yep.
In China, there's a problem. The tourism is booming right now in China. A lot of people are going there and enjoying it. The public restrooms, though, sometimes run out of toilet paper. But they found that because they sometimes run out of toilet paper, people are taking more toilet paper with them because they never know the next stop might not have any.
Correct.
And so, get it while you can. Get it while the getting's good has been the philosophy. And China has had to put their smartest and brightest to solve this problem with the TP theft. And their solution is multifaceted.
It's great for somebody.
Some stalls only release toilet paper once every 10 minutes, and it's a set length. There you go. That's it.
Because
I can't think of a reason to only give one piece. I'm with Judge Boyd on this one with the MIT method.
During this time, you have to watch an advertisement.
Oh yeah, that was the other one. It's summertime. Some of them you have to point your phone at the QR code, watch an advertisement, which makes the toilet paper vendor money, and then it will dispense 7 cents worth of toilet paper.
Have to watch an ad to get your TP.
Or you can pay with your phone, Apple Pay, ching, over and over and over. What happens if your battery dies?
Oh,
what happens if you're like,
new fear unlocked?
You don't have service. I can't get the ad. You're like sticking your hand out the door. Like, can you hear me now? Just trying to get a square of TP. But it seems to be solving the problem. But at what cost? Scan the QR code for free toilet paper after watching an ad.
And what if there's a malfunction? I mean, instead of just a little manual roll that's behind a little locked, aluminum door that you can just, get it out yourself. What if the QR code's not functioning? What if there's graffiti over the QR code and you can't scan it?
We're sorry. We have no more ads to show. We're waiting on advertisers to invest. Please wait. Hold, please.
Your next ad will appear after this ad, which doesn't count towards your time.
But I need it now.
Yeah. I mean, that's just that I think that's just a really crappy thing to do. I don't agree with it. But so the personal story behind this, and so I'm one of the weird people in the world. I use this as normal tissue paper to blow my nose. I don't buy Kleenex unless I have a cold and I'm blowing my nose all day long. I get the one. You get the one aloe. Yeah. But otherwise, no. I just use. I have a roll in my car, blow the nose, whatever you need, right? That's why it's on my desk if I blow my nose. Anyways, backing up, there was a period of time where my father-in-law was bedridden with 24/7 home health care and all that. So what we did, a lot of pre-order things, because we don't want to send nurses out. He didn't live close to us. He was over 2 hours away. So we put things like TP, cleaning supplies, all that stuff on just auto fill deliver, right? So that way the nursing staff was never out of the essentials. And so anyways, the auto delivery, it was a little heavy. So we started stockpiling some stuff. And so then COVID hit and we were actually fine. They skipped a few deliveries because of the shortages in certain areas, but we had basically a 1-car garage full of TP already. So fast forward years later, he has since passed, and rest in peace, Sonny. But getting everything out of the house and moving things and selling things and, family collecting things and important things, our family got the mother load of all the remaining teepee that sits in our storage unit that fills up a 4x6 little area of nothing but teepee rolls. So
Storage unit rent, $100 a month. TP value, $80. That's how it is.
yes,
But when you need it, it's worth so much more.
and it's our storage unit. It sits in a little cubby of our unit. It's our whole unit's not that, but it's,
I envision just Charmin wall to wall.
I should take a picture of that and show it sometime. But no, it's between our house and where I run a lot of my errands. So if we're low on TP, I don't go to the store and buy TP. I go to the storage unit, and I can't imagine, because our units are also, people have right now the paintless dent removing business going on here, because hailstorms that just went through months ago. And ours we use as, we didn't rent it for a business. We basically had to put a whole entire house in this unit, so we had to get a big unit, right? So we're the only non-business in the middle of these big. So I pull up in my car and I walk out with this bag full of teepee over my shoulder and I throw it in my car and drive off. I want to know what they think, because they don't have a business. He shows up here once a week, gets toilet, or once or two, whatever, and he gets toilet paper and paper towels, because they were both on the same thing. So it's like he comes here, he gets paper products, and he leaves, and that's it.
And it never runs out. I've never seen him restock.
I've never seen a Charmin truck has never backed up to his door since we've been here.
That's funny. Oops. Oh, I just closed something I shouldn't have. There we go.
That's funny. I've realized through tonight's show that there's a lot of people I want to ask questions to about what they think about certain things. The DoorDash driver, my neighbors in the storage units, and I have questions. What do you think is happening over here?
Yeah, what does it look like to you? Yeah. See, when I was a kid, my parents said, you guys need to stop doing that to the kids, because every time someone would pull into the driveway, the kids, we'd all run through the house and run and jump onto the couch and bounce and pop our heads up over the back of the couch to look out the window to see who was there. And it must have looked like little whack-a-mole gophers, because there are 10 kids and we're all just boing, 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 boing. And it was, to us, it was perfectly normal. I'm like, hey, we just want to see, like a puppy looking out the window. I shouldn't be scared. But the outside perception, that's what matters.
What is it? The guy who's obsessed with weather is onto us. We got to pivot. So many stories. So many things can take place.
I'm trying to click on Woggers here for a second. A few years ago, I posted on Facebook that a big pack of Charmin was now in the appropriate price range for several on my Christmas list.
Facts. Yes.
It's prices come down from the stratosphere, and availability has gone up, which is great.
Big time.
Yep.
There's so much TP out there. Is your I'm going to get a little personal here.
Yeah.
Is your family you load it over, or is your family you load it under? Okay,
so which side? Where's the wall?
So I'm the wall.
You're the wall.
Well, that's okay. That
the camera is okay. This is getting technical.
Okay, the camera is you.
I'm sitting on the John. Okay, let me turn sideways so we can get the full effect here. Yeah. I'm looking this way. I'm looking north for those that are curious. I'm looking north.
How does this appear for you?
Because I have to reach out. I have to reach out this way.
Okay.
To get it. Okay, so this is the right way right now. That's the right way. Hold it a little closer. Hold it a little closer. No, the other way. Other way. There. Farther. Right there. Stop. So I can just spin it like that and get the length that I need. Yep. Spin, and then tear. Three spins, one tear. That's the way.
Here you go.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So
that's the proper method.
This way is not then.
No.
Which is under, because if you were to spin, you'd be rolling it up from your point of agreed. Yes. It's got to go over.
Yeah.
Never under.
I think we all agree. Oh, we could do a poll in chat, but
you don't need this, do you?
I'm good. I'm good. I've got a roll of my own. That's funny. But speaking of cleaning up a mess, we can go straight from that to another. This one's out of England in a plot twist straight out of a bad farm comedy. I think
This is great.
authorities in England accidentally released over 200 pigs into a residential area after a transport truck had a little whoopsie and malfunctioned, and out come the swine. It says that the locals had reported oinking chaos, and the pigs turned gardens into mud pits, chased joggers. They said it's like Babe gone rogue, hilarious until they eat your roses. And these hundreds of pigs rampaging through the English neighborhood. They called it, the people who filmed it put it on Twitter, had a hashtag for it. They called it Baconpocalypse.
I bet it was loud too.
Pigs are not the sort of thing. It's like, oh, Mom, it's cute. Can I keep one? Especially if they're full grown. They're honored suckers.
How did they? I might have not listened to it for a second, but how did they get out? How did they take over that area?
There was a transport truck that malfunctioned, which means basically somebody opened the door.
Yeah. And off they went right into a neighborhood.
And it was like, hey, feeding time. And they found food. Now, I have a story. While I was in England, I'm not sure if I told the story or if I should tell it. I did have an experience that involved pigs. Pig farms over in England are really easy to see because they have these little half dome metal sheds all over the place where the pigs sleep. It's like a little pig house, right? And it's small, so it's just tall enough for a full grown swine to just, walk in and lay down. It's just a little shelter.
So it's like a pig coop instead of a chicken coop.
Yeah, but it's that metal, that corrugated metal that's like sturdy.
Oh,
so you can
like a lean-to
on top of it, but it's curved. It's like a half circle with a little door on one end.
With you.
Well, fun fact about pigs. One thing they cannot do? They cannot look up. They just don't have the
neck.
Right. Pretty much no neck. You're right. I'm saying they're missing enough vertebrae, but they have no neck. So they to see something that's sort of up above them, they sort of have to walk away and turn and look over their shoulder. This presents an opportunity for someone who wants to experience something called pig riding. Pig riding is where,
I thought it was pig Latin.
As the name sounds, you ride the pig. You hop on giddy up style and ride the pig. Now, pigs are related to bears. And you'll know this if you've ever seen their mouth. Okay. It's basically a bear mouth and a pig mouth have a lot of similarities, and they also eat the same things. So we went to a pig farm, and the only way you can do this without coming out smelling like something other than roses is to go in the winter when the ground is frozen, because the ground is not all dirt. You have to go when it's cold.
It's full of crap and there's no teepee.
Right. There's none to be found. So you go to the pig farm, you sneak into the pig farm, because I think farmers are the only ones that have shotguns anymore in England, but they've got them. So you have to sneak in, and you climb on top of one of these pig pens, and you proceed to drum using your fists on the pig pen by the door to make enough noise that the pig's like, I wonder what's happening on top of my house. The pig starts to come out, but it can't look up, so it has to keep walking. And as it exits, you grab around the neck, the pig gets excited and takes off, and then you hold on for dear life, and you are successfully riding a pig. That's how it happens. Don't ask me how I know this.
Wow. More incrimination on
we were bored. We were bored.
Podcast.
That's all I can say. We were bored.
Are these the hairless type swine pigs, or are these like wild boar type pigs that are hairy with
they
tusks?
call them hairless, but they're very coarse, a little bit of hair. It's some, but it's not like the wild boars.
These are wild boars. Okay.
That travel in your area and stuff like that ravage the South.
Because I'm like, that's a suicide mission, what you're doing. I'm thinking about
it can be
wild boar here. Christmas.
There's a whole other story that goes with this, and it turns into a ghost story. I did not ride the pig that night. I did not. As a matter of fact, none of us successfully rode a pig that night because a ghost showed up.
What?
And it scared the daylights out of me. Middle of the night, we had to go through a graveyard to get to this farm. Okay, we had scouted it out. We go through a graveyard. We're trying to climb over a electric fence, which my buddy actually managed to thread his leg through over, under the top rung, around one and back. So he was like wove his leg into the electric fence. So it was like zapping him every couple seconds. He was like couldn't get out of it. It was funny for those of us that were watching that part. But in the midst of that happening, I looked back on the path we had just walked through, this field that is just nothing, and there was a figure walking towards us that was larger than human, semi-transparent, and it gives me chills just thinking about it. And just walking towards us, looking right at us. It was human shape, old. It was man beard type thing, but just bigger and just walking towards us with. And we just got up and ran, just booked it. There was nothing around us before then, nothing at all.
What's the age range of the group of fellers here that you're with at this time?
Late teens, early 20s.
Okay.
Old enough to know better.
That answers a question that I was going to have, was who and why and everyone were you sitting around, the pregame, briefing of, all right, to go to sneak around the farmer, dodge his shotgun, wake up and irritate the pig, and then the danger of riding the pig. But we're going to go through the cemetery to get there.
It was all good ideas when we planned it out.
How everyone went. Sounds great. Yeah, that shouldn't be an issue at all. So the age range really explains that to me then. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one is, well, we got to go through a cemetery in the middle of the night to get to it. I mean, every other adult's going, nope, no, we're not. No, we're not. No.
For those in England that might be curious, it was I think it was Chelmsford we were in, somewhere around Chelmsford, maybe the outs. It might have been Thetford, and it was not far from a Tesco. So you might know the farm, but if you do, apologize to the farmer. We did no harm, other than the fence had a little issue.
And let us know in the comments when the show's over if you have happened to seen the same said figure from that night, or if there's history behind it. Maybe it's a thing.
We all saw it. We all saw it, and it was, the thing is, right before we had tried to jump over the fence, we had checked to make sure there's no farmer, and like the pigs were quiet because once they get riled up, they squeal. Man, they wake up everything in the neighborhood. So you've just got limited time to do this, and we had just checked. There was nothing, and we were probably 200 yards from the closest hedge, tree, anything. There was no way for that to happen, and then just appeared, walked towards us. It was so scary.
It was probably a really big guy that snuck out and went pig riding, and the farmer caught him. That's probably remnants of that guy who haunts future
the last
pig
guy
riders.
That tried to ride the pig.
That's exactly what that was.
He's warning us off. Well, it worked. I can tell you that it worked. Pigs are safe.
Funny. Gally May says, I love cemeteries. Funny story about that. When I went on a ride along on the, no pun intended, graveyard shift with my police buddy, not Officer Brian, it was a different one at the time. He said, hey, periodically, I don't do it often, but I like to go through and just drive through the cemetery, check it out, and see what's going on, if there's anyone around. And I'm like, I don't know. You don't have to show me that. Let's do other police stuff. I don't need to know that. And he goes, no, we're gonna go in there. Like, okay, whatever. So we go in there. It's a dark cemetery. I will say this: it's a little bit less creepy because it's adjacent to a fairly main road. So you're not out in the middle of nowhere or anything, but it's still, you're in a cemetery at 2:30 in the morning, right? And it's like, I want to get out and walk over here. Like, get out? No, we're fine in the car. Car's fine. Car's good. Doors are locked. We're safe. We're fine. No need. And no, come here. So he parks and we get out and we walk a few spots, and he's got his flashlight, looks around, looks down, finds $20. I think I've shared the story once before, because as I'm saying it, I think I presented the question of, what's the right thing to do with that $20 when you find it in the cemetery? Do you look for a little canister at any of the nearby, headstones that maybe people put some stuff in? Or do you just say, I mean, no one here needs it, and you just off you go, I don't know.
I think that's Mountain Dew money. I think that's the only thing you can do.
100%, right?
The
breeze is going to blow it away 10 minutes later. It's going over into the ravine or something. It's just, you just pick it up.
Yeah.
Or do you pick it up, go buy some flowers with it, and then put those flowers back on the headstone where you found it? That's a lot of work.
I probably shouldn't share this story because I haven't told anyone this. I was riding my bike around a cemetery in town here,
folks,
in the evening, and I found two people who had met there in the cemetery to do something other than visit a grave. I'm like, why a cemetery? Making all these people watch. It was, yeah, I guess.
All these people watch.
It's true. It's true. I did stay up all night, though. I stayed up all night to figure out where the sun was. Then it dawned on me.
Oh, it must be the end of the show, folks.
Yeah, the cemetery part's true. The staying up all night is not. We made it to the end of the show successfully, and y'all made it to it as well.
Yeah, 60% of them did. The rest all went home early.
With no regrets. It's all right. It's all right. As always, Thursday is my favorite night of the week. We get to Rubber Armada Crime Time with Sheila rated us. That's awesome. Thank you.
I think they rated during the TP talk, so they all turned around and left. I'm pretty sure.
It was in one door and out the other.
100%. Oh.
I'm gonna probably go to the store. I think this week I'm gonna buy Halloween candy. And now that you mentioned it, I'm probably gonna buy extra toilet paper because you're stocked up, and I'm not confident that we have enough should something happen. And with what China's doing with theirs, you just never know. I think I'm gonna get an extra case of it. So that's my plan for the week.
Save yourself from watching extra ads.
It's gonna have to be next week because I'm busy this weekend. I've got a gig I'm super excited about. So
love it.
Good. How about you?
I have a pickleball tournament this weekend. Saturday, Sunday, playing men's doubles and mixed doubles. Very excited for who I'm playing with because they're actually my mentors that wanted me to play with them. So there's a lot of pressure. But it's our City Slam Championship, so I'm really excited for that. That's
you're gonna win. I'm calling it right now. I see next week. You're gonna like, hey, happy Thursday Eve, and then you can just set a trophy out right there on the camera. Like,
if we win, I'll do that. If I don't win, you won't hear a thing about it.
Awesome. Well, good luck to you and your partners on that one.
Thank you.
It's gonna be a blast. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for putting this together, Thomas. As always, appreciate you, my friend.
So much fun. Thursdays are a blast.
Yep. And the best thing about Thursday is tomorrow's Friday. So I think we're it. That's it. Can we hear scary stories for spooky season sometime soon, says Ricky C?
I'll draw one up. Absolutely.
I've told my only story. That's the only one I got. You guys have a good night. Thomas, thank you very much. We'll see you, man.
Good night, everybody.